Hey, what is going on and welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at Orion protocol. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Now, with that being said, we are on the weekly chart and we have been pumping quite hard. Like only in the past, has it been 2 days? We have appreciated over 50%, which is incredible. I'm going to be honest with you, it is incredible. We are on the weekly chart and it's only Tuesday today, I believe. I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure. And we have pumped quite hard. We're sitting right now at $10 roughly, but we are a bit overextended from the EMAs across all the major time frames. So we're going to take a look at all the indicators and yeah, it's great. It's great, guys. It's looking very good. Now let's start jumping into the RSIs. As you can see, we're making a nice recovery with the RSI on the weekly chart, which is great. Now jumping into the stochastic RSI, I have been saying that yeah, there we go. There we go. We're starting that move towards the upside, and we're only almost halfway there. There's still so much room to grow for Orion protocol. And jumping into the MACD, let's just zoom this in a bit. I mean, zoom it out a bit. The MACD is zoomed in quite a bit too much. And you can see that we're going to form the bullish cross. What I mean by the bullish cross is the yellow moving average crossing above the signal line. The signal line is the blue line. And we're doing it above the histogram, which is even more bullish. And this signal will confirm the uptrend on the weekly chart. And we are in an uptrend on the weekly chart because if you take a look at the 20 EMA on the weekly, we are above it. And we're pretty, we're above it by a stretch. So I think we're going to start coming back down. I'm going to give you some key support levels that we want to hold. But if we go back to the daily chart, all right, you can see that we're creating the bullish cross over here, one of the most important signals, the bullish cross where the 20 EMA, the yellow line, is crossing above the red line, which is the 55 EMA. And after that, obviously, we're looking for the cross with the 200 EMA. So as you can see, we are quite we're far away from the 20 EMA. We haven't touched it in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, almost 2 weeks. We haven't touched the 20 EMA in almost 2 weeks. So I think we're due for a little pullback. On the RSI, we're sitting at 81. On 81 on the index, which is incredibly bullish, but it does mean that we're a bit overbought. Potentially, you could have taken some profits over here. And right now, we're looking at two major support levels on the daily chart, and that would be the 200 EMA, which currently sits at $7.36, or we consolidate a bit and we let the EMAs creep up, and we're going to bounce off the 20 EMA once it starts, creeping up to the upside. So potentially it could be somewhere around $7 to $8. That may be a bounce. So just keep an eye on the 20 EMA, bring it out to your charts, and have a buy order off the 20 EMA because the market in general is a bit overbought and we're due for a little pullback for continuation. That would be perfectly healthy and quite necessary in my opinion, because if we start going up too parabolically, we're going to crash down even harder. And on the MACD, we are above the histogram finally. This is good. This is the first time we have been above the histogram in yeah, pretty much 4 months basically. So this is bullish. This is another indicator that we're bullish, but we're getting a bit overextended. The moving average, the yellow line, is far away from the signal line, which is the blue line. So that is something to keep an eye on as well. We are a bit overextended on the stochastic RSI. As you can see, we usually move in these waveforms on the RSI, but we just got a bit overextended here on the upside, and potentially, we're gonna start coming back down, and the stochastic RSI is pointing to that exactly. So keep that in mind as well. And if we draw, I do have the fib drawn out basically from the previous video that we made, but this fib, in my opinion, is not valid anymore. Not that it's not valid, but I would like to draw a new fib. We're just gonna add some more extensions to the fib retracement. For example, the 272. Yep, there we go. And the 2414, and what would that be? The 2618, basically. Okay, let's do that. So as you can see, the 2618 was our peak over here. We did wick above it a bit, but now we're getting suppressed down by it. Potentially, we're coming back down to the 2414, which is sitting at $10.12. And, we're just a bit overextended, and we want to come back and retest this weekly 20 EMA. That would be very good for continuation because we have broken it as resistance, and now we want to test it as support to confirm the uptrend. So the best opportunity that you're going to get if you're sitting on the sidelines and waiting for a nice entry on Orion protocol, then this 20 weekly EMA is your best friend. That is sitting at $7.90 at the minute, somewhere around that price. So put some bits into Orion at this price because we're a bit overextended. We're gonna come back down. That's not 100%. I'm not telling you that this is gonna happen, but we're going to see a pullback because we haven't even come back to the, actually, yeah, we did come back to the 0.618. But yeah, that's why I'd like to start a new fib so that it would be easier to see some levels, some key support levels. So let's jump back into the 4-hourly chart. So we're going to remove this old fib on the 4-hourly chart, and we're going to start drawing a new one. And we're going to start from this point, this low over here, because that is the lowest point that we have been in. And we draw it out all the way just right there. Okay. Nice and dandy. So you can see that the 20 EMA is sitting right on the 0.5 on the fib, and the 0.5 is the second most important level on the fib retracement. The first one obviously being the 618, the golden ratio. As you can see, we have tested it as support nicely before. And yeah, we're gonna open up a new candle above, or I think we just did open a candle. Yeah, we just opened a candle over here. So this 618 is a great level to get more Orion if you're looking to get into the project at the minute. So I'm just gonna change that to white, and we're gonna change the thickness a bit. So there we go. That is $8, pretty much $8.85. That is the 618 on this impulsive wave from this bottom over here at $6.11, pretty much to $10.60. So the golden ratio, the golden pocket of that all is $8.85. But to be honest with you, and I'm also going to be honest on this channel, I do expect us to come back even lower. So potentially we're coming back down to the 0.5. Well, obviously we can bounce off this 618, start coming back up a bit, but then break it and lose it as support and come back down to the 0.5. And here we can just stagger a bit, have a little wick to the downside, bounce off this 20 EMA, and then start moving and starting that another impulsive wave, because pretty much bouncing off the 20 EMA is the most important thing that we want to see right now. If we bounce off the 0.5 and start moving up, that would be great as well, but this would be an incredible confirmation of an uptrend if we bounce off the 20 weekly EMA, because that was such a strong resistance level. But to be honest with you, we just melted through it. As you can see, we melted through it. And I wasn't paying attention to Binance for the last couple of days because I was away. And then I turn on the app and I see Orion doing pretty well above $10, and I was like, wow, I did miss quite a lot, I guess. So yeah, obviously we're gonna have a nice support level here at 786 on the fib, but we're probably gonna lose it because we're a bit overextended from the EMA. So potentially we're coming back down and bouncing off the EMA. Losing that and failing that, we're coming back down to the 55 EMA on the 4-hourly chart, and that is pretty much where the 236 on the fib is. And that is $7.18. But yeah, we have been quite overextended, so it's even possible we come back down to the 55 EMA. Also, there is a bearish divergence that I want to show you on the 1-hourly chart, but right now I do want to jump into the RSI on the 4 hourly, and we are overbought as well. As you can see, we're, it's not looking very good in terms of, us being overbought. So potentially we're just going to start coming back down and find a level of support, which would be hopefully the 20 EMA on the 4 hourly chart, but ideally when I come back down to the 20 weekly. So as you can see, I do have some trend lines over here, and these trend lines can act as a nice support level. Okay, so keep that in mind, and we may just potentially come back down to this trend line over here. Once you see a bounce off this trend line, that is a nice confirmation of a bounce back, of a bounce, and of an uptrend basically. So keep that in mind. Failing that, we do have another support trend line over here. We may bounce off of this one, come back and bounce off the lower one. Keep that in mind as well. So yeah, do try to draw this out on your charts, bring out the RSI indicators, bring out the stochastic RSI indicators. They're all very important. And now let's remove the drawings. I do want to show you this bearish divergence that I have spotted on the 1 hourly chart. So a bearish divergence is when the price action makes a higher high and the RSI makes a lower high. I'm going to draw this out like this. As you can see, that is a higher high, and as you can see over here, respectively, is a lower high. This means that the bulls are running out of steam. They're running out of power, and the bears are slowly going to start taking over, and this is potentially where we might see the drop-off. We may come back down to the 55 EMA on the 1 hourly chart. That would be $8.50. So yeah, if you sold this impulsive wave top at $10.50 or something, then you've done a good job, because we're going to come back, retrace, find a key level of support, and start moving back up, hopefully. But this bearish divergence is really a nice indicator to show us that potentially we're coming back down, and you do pay attention to these sort of things. On the MACD, we're starting to curl down for the bearish cross, so that may be an indicator as well. But the MACD, as always, is a bearish. I do apologize, is a lagging indicator. So the price action acts first, then the MACD follows. But you can see that potentially, actually, on the 1 hourly chart, we may actually be forming some sort of a bull pennant over here. As you can see, actually, yeah, I just spotted that. So basically, from this candle to the top over here, and wherever we do break out, we actually can see an appreciation all the way to $11.50. So that's potentially something that's playing out right now, actually. I didn't notice this right up until now. But if we lose this lower trend line of support, we're coming back down. But yeah, if we keep trading all the way as close as possible to the apex, then we're going to see a breakout to either upside or the downside. But yeah, keep that in mind. Keep this in mind. Actually, I just spotted this bullish pattern. But overall, it just seems like we're going to start coming back down. The RSI has already started correcting. And if we take a look at the stochastic RSI, yeah, as you can see, we made a high over here. We made a lower high over here. And we made even a lower high over here. So, it just means that we're on a downtrend. Okay, we have started a downtrend on the 1 hourly chart, basically, on the stochastic RSI, and all things are pointing towards a downtrend, a pullback, which would be, to be honest with you, completely healthy and would be necessary at this point, because we're getting too overextended on the daily chart, and we don't want to see that. I'm just going to show you that one more time. Yeah, you can see that we're far away from the 20 EMA. So look for the 200 EMA to hold as support potentially, or a bounce off the 20 EMA if you're looking at the daily charts. But overall, I think we're very bullish. We're going to start taking out those higher highs. And actually, let me just draw the fib. Just like this, all the way to the top. There we go. Let's just start dragging it out a bit. So as you can see on the daily chart, we have broken the 0.236 on this large fib as resistance, but I think we're going to get rejected back down. As you can see, it's a strong resistance level over here. So I think we're going to get rejected back down. But we do have a long way to go, guys, you know, all the way to this all-time high at $30. So keep that in mind. And yeah, like I said, just wait a bit, have patience to buy back into Orion. Don't buy these big green candles. That's where you want to be selling. So, you know, don't get fooled by the market. Yeah, we're not gonna, you know, continue going up forever. There's gonna be pullbacks along the way, but hopefully crypto is going to peak out later this year, hopefully in December. Hopefully the Binance FUD won't screw us over and won't end the bull market prematurely. But that's it for me on this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.